I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
Talking Dicks, that's right, it's the Talking Dicks. Couple of dicks talking. Al Ducharme, Studio City, California. Al Romas right there in Tampa, Florida. We are the spinoff to the popular web series, The Two Dicks. Check it out on YouTube or wherever. And we're pretty excited. We're a little high. Our last podcast got well over 2,000 views in like a 9-hour span. Any reason for that, Al?
People love swingers. That's all I can think of. People want to swing. They are swingers. They fantasize about swingers. You put swingers on something, people hit it. I don't know. It went great. It was great last night while we slept. A lot of views, a lot of listens, and that's all we can figure. It's something to do with swingers, you know?
And we tell our little stories about the experiences that we've had throughout our stand-up comedy careers, different venues. We were talking about cruise ships and how these clubs or private companies or public companies will charter an entire cruise ship, and they get to choose whatever theme they want. Now, they have gay cruises.
Ahoy,
they have,
sailor.
Swinger cruisers. They have nudist.
Al, how was that cruise? Did you enjoy it? Was it fun? Was it, I know, just tell us a story or two. Come on.
If I had been on one, I would have told you. These are all your stories.
My mistake.
Al was on a swingers cruise, and we talked about it on the last podcast, and people got excited about it.
Yeah. I heard while I was there, and I've heard since, it's the #1 charter cruise, the swingers. They're booked out, I think, 2 years ahead of time. Now, of course, pandemic, everything changes. But in normal times, they sell out the ship 2 years in advance. And what the ship will do, usually the cruise line, they'll do the cruise, the last cruise before they go into dry dock, because they want that thing's got to be clean. Let me tell you, yeah, Grandma's not walking on next Saturday. You know what I mean? That thing has to be.
It's like Ghostbusters walking around with those nuclear power packs.
Yeah, and it's like Ghostbusters with slime. Who slimed me? That's what half those people look like walking around. They're all fat and gooey. You know what I mean? So that thing's got to be taken down and cleaned and.
Yes.
So that's usually they'll do that.
Safest place on the planet to go to after a swingers cruise.
Yeah, the cruise coming out of dry dock.
Bill Murray?
After a swingers cruise will be your cleanest, safest cruise.
Bill Murray. He slimed me.
Wow, that was spot on. And it's a good thing you told us who it was beforehand. It's always a good sign of an impressionist when they tell you who it is before they do the impression.
Al Romas is the smartest person on the planet, by the way.
That's a small planet.
You don't have to explain anything to him. He gets all the nuances. He gets it all. Here I am trying to play off to the layman.
The layman getting laid.
The layman is getting laid.
I hope so.
Wow. So anyways.
Hey, speaking of,
go ahead.
I'm such a smart guy. You know where I am? Well, this will air Monday.
This is going to be live, by the way. Let me interrupt you right now before you tell me your schedule.
Sure.
This is going to be a video as well as the audio, but it's going to be the video, which is usually reserved for our Patreon supporters, on patreon.com/the2dicks. Thank you so much for your support, by the way. So we're giving a little holiday tease to those people who are not on our Patreon, letting them know that the visual part is a little different from the audio.
Yes, this will bring our views down after seeing us. Maybe it was better just audio. Now they're like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Show them your hairy nipple.
Hey, now, this is a mug, though, you can get on the Patreon by joining. Look at that.
Look at that.
Who doesn't want that? That is a good time.
Who doesn't want two dicks? Come on.
And coaster, and who knows? Maybe that pillow behind Alfred will be available one day. There you go. In lieu of the AIDS quilt, we have the pillow now. So we're moving around, we're changing things, trying things. But and we'll be available soon everywhere you hear your podcast. So that's exciting. Got some big things happening after 9 months of the Talking Dicks. We're making progress.
Now, some people have told us,
head
yes, we're making headway. Some people have told us that they actually listen to us in the car, but they're listening to us on their phone, and they're hooked up either by a wire or Bluetooth in their car, but they're listening to YouTube. So I guess it's burning their battery more in their device, whereas when we get our RSS feed, then it uses less because it's not video, it's just audio.
Correct there, Smappy. Hey, by the way, Thursday night, this is where I am in pandemic 2020 hell, and I'm not making fun of it because I took it. I'm doing a bar gig Thursday night at a place called Pete's Place. Oh my God! I looked it up online. It's in South Tampa. Anybody, if you're listening, you want to come to Thursday night, December 17th in South Tampa, Pete's Place. This place looks like where you or I would have started comedy.
I'm telling you,
I mean?
that's where we're back. It's back to that. That's where we cut our teeth. We performed pool halls, sports bars, everywhere.
Sports bra. I started a sports bra. Actually.
I was belching, so it came out like bra. But a sports bar.
Little day drinking.
But that's where we cut our teeth. And we would not be the comedians that we were up till February if it were not for those gigs. But
right.
Then we went on to do, colleges and arenas and opening up for big celebrity bands and whatnot.
Huge.
But that's how we started out.
It's unreal. And then, because I'm around, I'm obviously not going anywhere home, just a local comedian who I just got to know a little bit because he came out to see me, and he's like, hey, I have a bar gig on Thursday. You interested?
Yes.
Yes. So stupid. Like,
I was turning down Zoom gigs left and right. A lot of them were free, and then a few of them were low paying. And I'm like, no. And then after a few months, I'm like, hey, you still have that thing? You doing it?
Yeah, that's it. And someone said Zoom gigs are the opportunity to bomb at home.
I did a post about that. I said hundreds of comedians perish in a fire while doing Zoom performances or something like that. Yes.
I don't remember that one, but I'll take your word for it. But I enjoy your post. You've been on a good little run lately with your Facebook jokes. You've been posting little jokes. You've been on a nice run. I read them and I go, hey, why doesn't he save them for the podcast? Because we could use it here.
Well, I'm strategically doing it because when I post our podcast, I don't like to have them back to back to back to back. I like to throw in a picture, throw in another video that I did,
nude
or a joke or a nude or a nude. Well, I don't want to drive people away.
You ever notice how naked is dirty and nude is art? That's weird.
Isn't
I don't
that
know
weird?
why that is. That is. Naked, though.
That's that's naked art. I like that.
But nude is art.
No, but we say naked art. That's cool.
Naked art?
Yeah.
Do we say that?
No, we're saying it now. It's coined here.
Oh, we're coining it. We're coining a phrase. I love it.
Naked art. An exhibit, no cover.
Hey, look at that. Boom.
Pow!
Boom.
Pow! Give me a Zoom gig.
Put that on the thumbnail on YouTube, naked art, and we'll break the record for what we have as our records. That record still, by the way, that's 1 day of views. That's 1 day. I think we're gonna be into multi thousands by the end of the week.
I think we're close to 30,000 views on our Two Dicks series. One of the episodes there.
Yes, I think it was the one where we go to the diner. Am I right?
Is that it?
Am I right on
Gunplay?
Gunplay? No, I'm sorry. The one with Keeney, the drive-in.
Oh, the drive-up hamburger. Yeah, Helen Keeney.
Yeah.
Well, Helen has a little bit of a higher profile, so she brought some views in. But yes, here's the thing. Those views are on Facebook. We didn't realize it was going to get some traction, so we kept it on Facebook like idiots. And then we started venturing out, and by the time we ventured out to these other platforms, we had no visibility at all there, so we're starting from scratch. Because you can't take Facebook and put it on YouTube.
No, and that's the thing, too, with these, if people are new to this, the Talking Dicks, I recommend, and people listening on the RRS feed when it gets out there, listen to the old ones, because there's a lot of funny ones that we did and we posted just to Facebook back in April, May, June, July, and people heard them some, but not a lot, and they were good ones. There were funny stuff going on. So check those out. And they're all 15, 20 minutes. I mean, that's the good thing about it.
We have a few that are like 9 minutes. We said, let's do a 10-minute podcast, 10 minutes, because nobody knows who we are. And
right.
And then now we're up to like 18 to 20, but...
Yeah, well, you're chatty. That's the problem.
I'm a little long-winded. I have a hard time grasping words in the moment. You give me a script, I'm an animal.
Okay. How about an envelope?
Oh, is it time for
Questions.
Boom. 2 big ones today. We'll cover one maybe, and then we'll save one because you never know if we're going to have a question for the next one. So we'll start with number 1. I have just wrote it down, didn't think about it, so don't think it's, whatever. What are TV shows that you two have disagreed on? It's a good question. What are TV shows? I think, well, right off the bat, I'm going to go the one we had a whole podcast or 2 about.
Oh, my Lord.
Longmire.
Oh! Longmire!
Longmire. That's another
That's
good
like
thumbnail
Steve Martin. Cleaning woman. What movie?
Is that a Man with 2 Brains?
I think it is, right? I always get that confused with
Dead men don't wear plaid.
Even though one is black and white and one is color. I just get the lines mixed up.
Yeah. It could be either one, to be honest, but I would say it just popped in my head as Man with 2 Brains.
Brian Freitz would know.
He would, but Brian is just a Facebook viewer. He hasn't made the trip to YouTube, I don't believe. I don't know.
Brian,
we haven't heard from him since we made the switch.
I'm going to make the switch for him. I'm going to do I Dream of Jeannie right now. Ready?
Yeah, you know who else would know, and we haven't heard his name in a while, and you need to give him a shout-out? Your old college roommate.
Paul Francis Riley.
There you go. He just took a piece of wood off the lathe and ran to the radio. He's all excited.
Now, Paul listens to our podcast in his workshop.
And he can watch it. He's a patron. He can watch it anytime he likes.
He has access to the video as well.
That's right.
We just don't want him to lose a finger watching while he's working the table saw.
No, he could lose the Francis, but not a finger. You know what I mean? Paul Riley's not bad, but I would have lost it by now. But he likes 3 names. That's fine.
And don't anybody call me Francis, or I'll kill you.
He's like he's a serial killer. They always have that kind of Paul Francis Riley was arrested last night.
What movie?
What movie was Paul Francis Riley? Oh, you mean Stripes?
Yeah.
You're going back to Stripes?
I went back to Stripes.
Nice. Hey, Longmire, and I think that would be maybe a thumbnail for our YouTube. Get the Longmire people listening in again because they love Longmire.
Huge Longmire fans. I apologize for not giving Longmire a chance. I was watching it with my wife, and she wasn't interested because she wanted to watch her shit shows. And I'll watch them. I mean, let's face it, I'll do anything to get laid. But I did not commit myself to Longmire, but I'm still going to do it because I bought a new television for my office, and it's all hooked up, and I can watch anything I want in private.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it. I turned a few people onto it over the pandemic, and they seem to enjoy it. And it's such a big cult thing. They had this thing called Longmire Days, where it's like a Beatle fest, where fans go. These people go to like wherever it is, Oklahoma or some hellhole, and they wait out in the field, and then they show episodes, and then the cast comes out.
Socially distanced, of course.
Well, no, I'm talking about normal
pre-pandemic. I get it.
Yeah,
but the Big Lebowski has that. Big Lebowski has They have conventions. Everybody dresses up like the dude.
But you wouldn't imagine that for a show that most people have never heard of. But
right.
The people who watch it have a real love with this thing. I didn't know it was that big a deal. And then when we were messing with it on the podcast, I put it on Instagram, the picture, and then we started getting people commenting. Yeah, I love Longmire,
cast members.
You. Yes. The The guy who played
the deputy.
The deputy sheriff. Yeah, he was popping in there.
That's when I realized, because I kind of shit on it a little bit without knowing about it, because he was so into it. Because that's what he does to me. He just like zings me. So I started to zing him, and then all these fans came out of the woodwork, and I was like, I was just joking. And and I didn't realize what a huge following it has. So I tip my hat.
It's like an old Steve Martin bit. Criticize things you don't know about.
that is pretty much social media and politics.
Yes, sir. No doubt. I've given up with those people. I've blocked, I've snoozed. I don't want to see it anymore.
Here's what happened.
I've become that douchebag. I just want to see pictures of your kids or your gig. That's it. That's all I want. I don't care anymore.
I have been ignoring them, and I stay away from them, and my algorithms have taken me away. I wasn't getting much political stuff at all.
Take me away, algorithm.
And my whole thing is to poke fun at both sides. So someone posted something. It was funny, and was poking in at one side that I probably favored, but it was funny. So I think funny's funny. I don't care who it is. I hit like, and then all of a sudden I start getting all this political stuff coming into my news feed. I'm like, really? Because I thought something was funny. Now I got to come across all the shit show stuff, false facts. Nobody fact checking. They're just going by sound bites and. Ugh.
Yeah. Take me away, Calgon. Remember that?
No, I'm not old enough to know about that. That's what he always says to me. I do this old reference from yesteryear when we were kids from watching television.
Yesteryear? What reference is that? Yesteryear? Who says that?
Wow, we just had like an electronic surge. Let me check things. Everything's good?
All right.
What was the electronic surge? You know what it is?
I don't know.
I usually do Ethernet. I stick it in, and we have a direct connection. And because of the construction that's going on in my place, which they're finishing up today, I'm in my wife's dressing area. This is part of her dressing area. There's closets here. Well, I'm blocking it. Okay. So we are on Wi-Fi, so we just had a surge. So we'll find out what that is. I like to address them.
That was fascinating. Thank you. Yesteryear.
Fascinating, Captain. I like to address the little boo-boos so that I don't have to go through editing and get rid of them. I can explain to everybody.
Yes. I just want to know why you said yesteryear.
I think what I was trying to say was I was using a term or a word that is, again, archaic. I like using that word. That people don't use in our vernacular or our whatever it's called.
Vernacular works. That's a big word for the Talking Dicks.
For me, it is.
We'll accept it. We'll accept it and move on.
Colloquialism. I can't say that one.
That's fine. Do you want to do one more question, or you want to save it?
No, we want these people. We're teasing these fuckers.
Okay, good. So we'll save the question.
Yes.
Are we good? I don't know where we are, and I don't want to go too short, too long. I want to be right in there. So you tell me there, Alfredo. How are we?
Say, I love blueberry muffins.
Now, see, then something dumb's going to happen, but I play along. I love blueberry muffins. Give me a warning.
No, really, don't mess with me, because I don't come down to the bus station and slap the dick out of your mouth when you're working, do I? Oh, get on up here, motherfucker. Give me security. I'm sorry, man. The guy fucking came at me. What do you think, folks?
No way.
Okay, show it.
Subscribe.
Mary.
Go to patreon.com/forwardthetwodicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?